Okay, what's up, everybody? My name is Brian Nichols, and welcome back to another MMA event preview. Today, we're going to preview the UFC 246 event going on this weekend, Saturday, January 18th, 2020. It is taking place in Las Vegas, and the main event is Conor McGregor taking on Cowboy Cerrone. So, without further ado, let's get to the card. So at the top of the card, obviously, like I said, we have Conor McGregor and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. What can we say here? With Conor, we can. Some people that follow the sport and people that don't follow the sport that know about Conor know about his Floyd fight and most likely the Khabib fight. And if you look at his schedule here, Conor's last MMA win was 2016, almost the end of 2016. So let's say 2017. That's 3 years. 3 years without a win within MMA. I feel like that was Conor's ability, was to stay, as long as he was able to stay active, he could keep winning. Obviously, kind of ignore the boxing bout. But between Eddie Alvarez and then Khabib, that's what? 2016, 11, 2018, 10. So literally 2 years straight without a fight, he loses. Now we're going to have a year and change between Khabib and now Cowboy. If he loses this, I feel like it's one of those things where you have to be constant. There's rumors or people have been talking about Conor supposedly fighting 3 times this year. Even if he does lose a Cowboy, and I know some people are counting Cowboy out already, and I would definitely not do that. Even if he loses a Cowboy, he could definitely still get more fights in there. But this is what he needs. He needs to get in there, get his timing down, make sure his accuracy is still on point. I want to see that. I want to see the Conor that we saw against Eddie Alvarez. That's what my little thing back there is. I was at the one in Madison Square Garden, the first event that was Eddie Alvarez and Conor, and Conor was just on a whole nother level that night, and it would be awesome to see that again. I won't get my hopes up. It would be awesome to see that, but with Cowboy, looking at his current record, Cowboy, everybody knows Cowboy. He always wins great fights. He always is beating great opponents, but it's always that very elite, the very top of each weight class that beats him. Like, for example, his last 2 fights, Tony Ferguson, Gaethje. Ferguson is fighting for the title next. Gaethje is rumored to fight it after that, unless somehow Conor jumps the line. But those are the top 2, right below, in pecking order, below Khabib. So it's those top ones you can't beat. Looking at welterweight, Leon Edwards, that dude can't find a fight because nobody wants to fight him. Jorge Masvidal, like, it's all the top of the dudes at the top of the weight class. So if Conor can't beat Cowboy, Conor should not be at the top with Justin Gaethje and Ferguson and get in line for another title shot. He shouldn't. Now, if Cowboy wins the fight, where does Cowboy go from here? I'm not entirely sure because I really don't think a fight with Khabib is a good idea. That's the other thing, is this is at welterweight. So I don't. Let's see. Cowboy's been at lightweight for, let's see, Hernandez was lightweight, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 4 fights back at lightweight for Cowboy. So I'm assuming Cowboy wants to go back to lightweight. I'm not sure on that, but I feel like welterweight, he did good, but I feel like some of the bigger welterweights, like the big wrestlers at welterweight, I don't know if Cowboy's gonna be able to hang. So obviously for Cowboy, great fight, great money. I'm sure Conor and him are gonna have a great time. For Conor, if he wins or loses, if he loses, people have been saying, "Oh, go to Nate Diaz, go to Jorge." I feel like Jorge wants a shot at the title. I think he wants a shot at that strap. So, but man, if they go, hey Jorge, do you want to fight Conor or for the title? Oh man, I don't know. But for Conor, I feel like after this, even win or loss, I don't want to say Gaethje because I want Gaethje to get the next shot. I feel like he deserves it. And especially since Gaethje just beat Cowboy. That was their last fight. So if Conor beats Cowboy, then yeah, they should be right there. But it's going to be a great fight. As we all know, Conor starts his fights very fast, and if history repeats itself, usually Cowboy starts slow. I want to say in his was it a Ferguson fight or Ali Quinta, one of the two, he actually started pretty quick at the beginning, at least I thought, comparatively to his previous fights. So I'm excited, looking forward to it. I actually have a bunch of buddies coming over for this card, so I can't wait. So that's our main event. Co-main, Holly Holm, Raquel Pennington. I don't really have much to say here. Holly Holm, I think she's 2-5 in her last 7 fights. If you look at her record, I was literally looking at it today, and I really sitting down and looking at it. If you look at this, so like I said, she's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In her last 7 fights, she's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she's won 2. So think about, look at this. This was her fight with Ronda, right? After Ronda, she lost, beat Betch Correia, lost to Cyborg, beat Megan Anderson, and then lost to Amanda. Literally, since that crazy fight with Ronda, she's only beat Betch Correia and Megan Anderson. That's it. It's like, other than just taking more fights, I don't think Holly should get another shot at the belt, in my opinion. I mean, Amanda has both straps. Unless somehow Holly can go down to 125, but I highly doubt that. I don't know what else there is for Holly, so just keep taking fights, keep making money. For Raquel, because this is actually their second fight, if I remember correctly, Holly Holm and Raquel, yes, and the first one Raquel Pennington won, so this could tie it up for Holly and Raquel, or no, excuse me, there's a W here for Holly. Holly won the first one, so this could be a tie up for Raquel if she's able to pull off the win. So I'm not crazy about the co-main event, but I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. Fight before that, Alexei Olenek and Maurice Green. Maurice is actually came through The Ultimate Fighter. They call him Crochet Boss. He's a beast, I think. I think he's a good up-and-comer. Alexei, he's always finishing people that friggin' Ezekiel choke. Alexei has tons of fights, but I think they're both coming off a loss, if I remember correctly. That's a grappling bout with Gordon Ryan. You ignore that. He got his friggin' knee taken away. He lost to Walt Harris and Alistair Overeem previously, so he's on a 2-fight loss streak, MMA related. As for Maurice, I want to say he lost his last fight. Yeah, but he beat Junior Albini in the UFC, Jeff Hughes. So nothing crazy, but I think it's a good fight for Maurice, because I think Alexei Olenek is actually ranked. It says number 12. He might be number 12 in the UFC. I'd have to bring up the UFC page, but I don't know if, man, he might not be ranked. I can't remember. But that should be good. A good heavyweight fight. Claudia Gadelha and Alexa Grasso. This should be a really good fight. Claudia, I feel like she's been evolving. I think she's training up in New Jersey with Eddie Alvarez and them now. And her last fight, who did she fight last? Randa Marcos. That fight, like, I feel like she's just evolving. And I was actually watching the Embedded. I want to say it was episode 1. And she's talking about how she's like trying to redo her entire game, and I can see it. And Alexa Grasso is a beast. With her boxing is just so crisp, and oh man, this is gonna be a really good fight. I'm really excited for this. At strawweight. Next, Anthony Pettis and Diego Ferreira. We all know Pettis, Mr. Wheaties. And Diego coming up. I feel like he might be a dark horse in the because is this welterweight or lightweight? This is lightweight. And Diego's 16-2. He's hungry. Like, this is his shot. Like, up against a big name. Like, let's look at his last couple fights. Like, Tusimov, Russ. Look. Oh man, like Jared Gordon. He lost to Dustin previously. Wow, he beat Colton Smith back in the day. Yeah, so I thought it said Joseph Duffy. Daniil Baryush, Dustin Poirier, like, that's his only 2 losses. Like, those are two tough fights right there. OAM, he beat him. So I feel like he's a dark horse in the lightweight division. I feel like he still needs to work his craft a little more, but man, he's moving up. Now he's got a shot against Pettis. Like, watch out, man. That should be a really good fight too. Next, Macy Barber and Roxanne Modafferi. So Macy Barber, she's the one that's calling for trying to get the flyweight strap to be the earliest champ before earlier than John Jones. I don't know if she'll get there, but she is blowing through chicks. And nothing against Roxanne Modafferi because she's just legit as they come. But man, I feel like the wrecking ball that is Macy Barber is going to keep doing what she's doing, and because she is just finishing chicks. Look at this, ground and pound, knees and punches, round 1, round 2, ground and pound, round 3. Like, she finishes in every single round. This fight is going to be super exciting too. Like, I know people are kind of dogging on the main card, and I can kind of see why. Like, obviously we got Conor and Cowboy carrying the card, but on the main card, I think this is the cutoff, is Anthony Pettis and Diego. Outside of Conor and Cowboy and Claudia and Alexa and Anthony Pettis and Diego, like, that's an okay main card, like nothing great. And then, but there are definitely some gems on the card. Moving back down, like Macy and Roxanne, they're the, if you want to call it, the main event of the prelims. Below them is Andre Touchy Feely, who is, dude, I feel like he's just like Claudia. Like, well, Claudia's kind of redoing her game, whereas Andre is like refining it, like just like getting better and better. And Sadiq Youssef, oh my god, dude, that guy is so explosive and so athletic and such a beast. Like, if he gets all of the what am I trying to think of here, like the techniques, like even better, like that guy is going to be, if I want to quote what's his face, god, I can't think of the name, our current welterweight champion Usman, he's going to be a problem, man. He's coming, and that's at 145, so that's going to be really fun. Tim Elliott is coming back. He actually fights from where I currently live in Kansas City. I think he might be training in Denver now, or maybe Vegas, I forget, but he is from Kansas City. He's coming back. He actually had a fight. Let me look. Yeah, because he was gone, let's see, 2017. He was gone for about, 2 years, well, a little less than 2 years. I want to say he had a knee injury. He comes back. He fought Davison Figueiredo. And he lost. I remember, I was like, shit, yeah, Tim Elliott's back. I don't know if anybody remembers, but that fight with Demetrius Johnson was good, as well as that fight with Luis Smolka. Like, they're just both really fun fights. And so when he came back after his injury and everything, I was like, all right, let's go. And then he got choked out in round 1 against Figueiredo. And Figueiredo's a beast, so I can see why. But so he's coming back, so that's pretty cool. I don't know who he's fighting. I've never... Askarov. I haven't kept up with him, so but it's a good fight for Tim Elliott to come back, Now, next fight, Drew Dober. I've been keeping my eye on him. Like, I don't see people talk about Drew enough. I feel like Drew is a good up-and-comer. Like, he's got a while, I feel like, to get... He just needs a lot more experience, a lot more working on his craft, but I feel like Drew's going to do big things in the future. Maybe. I'm thinking. I don't know if he'll maybe get to the very, very top echelon, but he's going to get to the top, in my opinion. Granted, 155 is such a tough division to get to the top, but he's a beast. The only other fights, I want to say, oh yeah, there was one other fight. This is the one that got canceled. I want to say it got canceled today. Something happened with Grant Dawson. He didn't say what, but Grant, again, another fighter from Kansas City. He said he had to pull out of his fight against Chaz Skelly, and I was super looking forward to that fight. But unfortunately that got pulled. Brian Boom Kelleher's back. He's always fun to watch. So overall, it's not like the card isn't going to blow the doors off. Obviously, it's going to do a ton of buys, pay-per-view wise, just because of Conor. But me and all my buddies from work are going to get together and watch the card. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. So other than that should be it for this event preview, again, for UFC 246 going on this weekend, Saturday, January 18th, 2020. So thanks for watching. Have a good time. Enjoy the fights, and talk to you guys next week. Peace.